Hello there, it's Karen here again, and today we're back to do some work on this little folio using the C themes pieces and bits and pieces, the ephemera from the Your Creative Studio kit for April. And I have done a little bit more work on this envelope flip out that we worked on in the last video. So I think all I've done is add a little bit more down here, just a little label and another piece of ephemera, bit of lace down the side and a little bit here, another little label here and another. I can't remember how far I got in the last video, but it's just a few little extra bits and pieces, just to make it look a little bit, particularly the lace, just to make it look a bit prettier. And I'm reasonably happy with how that looks now. So I'm going to glue this in, I think. I think that's what I need to do. Glue it in and then we'll see what we do next. So it's got to be glued in along these three sides. That's what I'm going to do. So it's been a while since I actually worked on this little folio because I've done a couple of other videos in between, one of which you've probably seen, and one will be coming up when I finish doing this, and I have no idea how long this is going to take. I have a feeling it might take me a couple more videos to get it finished. It's one of those things, once you get started, it feels like it's going to turn into a bigger project than I originally anticipated. But I hope it won't take me too long because I'm really excited to get on with my next project, and I'm not allowing myself to do any more on that project until this is done. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more on it. Suffice to say, there's a journal coming up, which has been a bit of a surprise to me, that's what I'm ending up doing, but there is a journal on the horizon, and I'm quite excited to get started on it. Right, so the other thing I thought I could do is just add a few little bits and pieces of, fun stuff to the front to bring in the beach theme or the sea theme, whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to put this piece of lace on because I did say I put lace on partly to hide my dodgy sewing, but also just because I like lace anyway, so even without the dodgy sewing that would have been pretty much a no-brainer. Now I've got one of these sticky note labelly things which I thought perhaps I could put in this corner and then add one of the shell, what do you call these, die cuts. They're quite thickish card, similar sort of thickness to some of the Tim Holtz ephemera pieces, and if I put that right over the corner, then it'll be very clear that this is part of the theme. I'm just seeing what else I could put on here. I've got another little shell piece. Don't know whether that will work. I feel like it needs a word or something here that's relevant to the journal, so maybe I'll do some stamping. Is there a word that would work? Let me think about that while I'm gluing on my lace, because the lace is going on for sure, and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for that. Right, so that's glued on. So I was wondering whether to do something like by the sea, under the sea. Maybe by the sea, because then that will bring in the whole idea of the beach and the beach huts, rather than under the sea, which is pretty much where all of these things live on, but some of them might wash up onto the beach. So I think we might do by the sea or something like that on here. So I just need to get my stamps. I'll use these. So we'll get the bee. By. And an E. And an H. By the. S. Good thing I've got two of each of the vowels, at least the main vowels. I don't know if I've got two U's, but I don't need those so often. Right, by the S, E, A. There we are. I shall just use black for this. And I'll stamp it on before I stick it on, because if it goes wrong, I've got plenty more of these sticky notes, haven't I? So let's just take that off. By see, something like that. If I don't like it, I'll do it on another one. Well, that didn't come out very well, did it? Can I do it again? That's better. Just about. Slight shadow, but not too bad. By the. Rock it a little, make sure it's all on. By the sea. I'm going to put that there and just pop that over there. Yeah, quite like that. Alright, let's just glue him on. I can probably do this with the glue stick, I think. It's only thin paper. Let me put the ink away. Stamps, where's my, there we are. Stamps back in the pot. Let's try and keep this desk as clear as I can. Okay. Bring it in a little bit. There we go. By the sea. Okay, and then we've got this lovely big shell. Cover this with glitter glue. Right, let's do that. Okay. Now, goes on there. I'm always tempted to put springtime somewhere, so it's springtime by the sea, but I don't know. I might just stick with what I've got. I think this is evolving away from the spring theme that I started with. Getting more beachified by the minute. Right, so that's in. That seems to be okay there. Oh, then I was just thinking, I've had a look in one of my old encyclopedias. I've got these really old ones that I had when I was a child, and I found the page with sea things, and I've torn out a few words, and one of the words is seahorse. So I was thinking I might just pop that there where there's a seahorse. Just going to ink around it. Give this a good rub because I've put a new pad on this. I think I might need to do a bit of re-inking. I have a couple of times left the lid off overnight, which was really stupid. But it still seems to work, which surprises me. But I thought perhaps I should maybe re-ink it a little or something. I've never tried that before. I didn't even know such things existed till I've seen other people doing or talking about re-inking their pads. Oh, that's quite a good idea. Depends how it compares price-wise, I suppose, with just buying the simple act of buying a new pad. Whether a re-inker is worth the while, whether I'd use it enough to spend the money. I have no idea how much they cost. So I'm just going to straighten it up. Seahorse. That just ties that all together there. Yep. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to something new. So I've got these two envelopes. I'm going to take them out. Put that aside and let's see what we do with these. I've got to decide which one's going to be on the outside and which one's going to be on the inside. I think this one would look better on the outside, and this one will flip up and this one will flip down. So what I was thinking, so I might just start working on this first. I've been having another look in some of my Your Creative Studio bits and pieces. I've got, as I probably mentioned, I've got a box with all the more generic stuff that's not specific to the theme. And I had a bit of some vellum in the last, maybe even the first box. No, I think it was the last box that I got, which was November. And I thought, well, this has got a bit of blue and a bit of... I thought maybe that would actually be quite nice as a first layer on this envelope, and then we can kind of layer up from there. I think I'm going to try that. Just brings in the colours a little bit and knocks back the stark white, and then we'll build it from there. So I'm just going to... So I've got a pencil with a... What's that got on it? Like a little sea... It's got starfish on it. I don't know where I got it from. I think it was in a pack of some sort. I thought it was appropriate to use. Okay, so let's just mark where I want to cut it. Actually, yes, I do want to cover the whole thing, don't I? Yep. So it's a case of whether I do the front one or the inside one. That's a thought. Got to do them both, haven't I? I'm not quite sure at the moment what the look is I'm going for on these front ones. I think I want to do something around the beach huts. I really want to use this beach huts kit as well. So I'm wondering, maybe that would work if I put that on top of there. Apart from this weird bit down here, I'm not quite sure how that happened. Let's just get my ruler and just tear this down a little bit. Oops. Now, is that going to work? And then perhaps put something. I've still got these bits of ephemera pieces. I'm not sure how well they go together. Yeah, I'm struggling with this little project, I have to say. Trying to work out how these two things go together isn't easy. So I've got beach here with happy time. So maybe I can do that. Maybe I just need to go for it and not worry about whether it goes or whether it doesn't. Just do it. I keep telling myself, stop agonising over it and just have a go. If it looks awful, well, who cares? It's not as if I'm going to be trying to sell it afterwards, is it? Just thought it might be a fun thing to have a go at and try and use my Your Creative Studio things. Right. So, put that on there. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Not sure what the best way is to. I think I'm going to use my glue stick to glue this on. Can't tell with vellum which is the right way up and which isn't, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, first layer. And then I want to put this, let's just tear this a little bit more, I think. Terrible tearing, but never mind. Okay. I'm half inclined to just cut around these, you know. The tearing just looks silly. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut around the beach huts. Right, I'm just going to stick them on. I'm just going to use this as well, I think. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I just had to turn the camera off for a minute because I had a call come through. We're still in the middle of house hunting, so anytime I get a call, it's usually to do with a house that we're either trying to see or that we have seen. So so sorry about the little break, but it gave me a chance to think about what I wanted to do next because I'm aware that time has gone on and I haven't got very far. So I wanted to decide how I wanted to finish this off because I thought it wasn't looking particularly good so far. So I've got this piece of it's like a bit of crochet lace, which I have cut in half. It's actually double that width, but I thought it would. I've already used it on the first part, so I thought this would be something to add some consistency. I might just put that along the edge there. Just have to cut that down. So I've got that. Then I just picked out a few bits. I've got some ephemera pieces that I'd already pre-cut to do with the Beach Huts kit. So I've got a couple of labels here, so I thought perhaps I could put a couple of these down here, like that. And then I want a little something in this corner. And I want to try and bring in the Your Creative Studio kit as well. So I have got this stamp. Now these stamps were actually in a previous kit. I think it probably might have been the last, I can't remember which kit it was, the last one or the one before. And these stamps were all birds, I think. Were they birds? Or they were just, I think they were mostly birds, yes. And I thought this one, they looked like seabirds to me. But anyway, I thought they went quite well colour-wise on here. So I thought I might put a stamp up here, and I wanted to put something behind it. So this is also from one of the kits. It's just a sticker that looks like a bit of a book page that's just been cut in a sort of jaggedy manner. I'm trying to work out which way up that's got to go. I think it's that way up actually. Yep, I think it's really hard to see the writing, but I think it's that way up. So I thought I might just put that behind here. So I might just put that there like that. Something like that. And I've got a couple more little tiny pieces here. So this is one of the ephemera pieces. I'm not sure what that's meant to be. It might be an ammonite or something. So I thought I might put that down here as it's small, and this flower just to tie that in, so that makes a little cluster in the corner there. And I just need a little something down here. So I picked out all the smaller pieces of ephemera here. And I'm wondering about whether I can get this starfish. Would that work in that corner? Does it look a bit odd sat there by itself? This looks like a bit of maybe some coral or something. Would that go there? Or there's some shells. Don't know which looks better. I actually, weirdly, I think that sits there better than the others. Strangely, but just kind of brings in all the, brings across the underwater stuff, the stuff from the Your Creative Studio kit. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I shall start with putting this little piece on. Right, I think I'm reasonably happy with that now. So then I'm going to flip this down. So this is going to be a pocket behind, and I think I'll probably do a pocket in here as well. But I need to cover it first. So I have already pre-cut some paper to go on here, which is from the Shabby Dabby Doodah kit, the Beach Huts. Right, so I think I'm going to go with this glue. Right, so this could be used for a little bit of journaling here. So I don't need to cover the whole. Hang on. There's just a little corner there that needs a little extra. And this corner too. It's always the corners, isn't it? They never quite get enough glue the first time around. Okay. Right, so I've got one of the beach huts that was one of the fussy cuts, because I did have quite a lot of the fussy cuts, more than I realised actually, left over. So I'm going to put that there-ish, and I want to do a little bit of layering behind it, so this needs a little bit more of a trim, I think. This is just one of Tracy's labels, one of her number labels. So I thought I might put that behind here. And I've got this little tiny scrap I really want to use. This tiny scrap of book page, which is a tiny bit of German. I thought I might just pop that in there. So that might go, I think that will go here. And then I've got one of these are another one of the stickers from a previous, from one of the kits, one of the Your Creative Studio kits. Is a little transparent vellum sticker, I think it is. So it's going to go under here, I think. Shall I put that on first? Well, now I've peeled it back. I might just put that down here. And then I've got this piece I've torn from one of the paper ephemera pieces. One of these, it had this beach and happy time on it, so I thought I might put that there. But I'm going to put these on first. And just go up there. And a little bit of book page. Just trying to bring in the vintagey feeling to the Shabby Dabby Doodah kit, really. Try and tie it all in together. So if I can put that here. And this one can just tuck in here. I'll just put that on next. Right, and then we'll just put the little beach hut on. Okay, there we are. I feel I want to put something up here. I'm not sure what. I do wonder, I want to use some of the stamps as well, and there is the lighthouse stamp. So I don't know whether, gosh, it's bigger than I remember. I was thinking of putting it on here, but it's a lot bigger than I thought, and it's going to be too big to pop up there as well, but it might go, so in that case I shall use it on the other envelope, I think. I wonder if I've got a little stamp. Yeah, I think I'd quite like to use this little stamp. It's a little bird. I think it's a swallow, but I like the idea of having it up there in the corner. Just make sure I don't get any extra bits that I don't need. Just wipe around the edge. Whoop. Yeah. Yep. I like that. And I just need to, I hope I haven't got any ink on here. Nope, I think we're okay. Right, so I just need to put a piece across the top here. And this is from the same sheet as I tore this off, so I thought I don't want the whole label. Might just tear that down about there. I don't know how straight I've done that in the first place. The top one. Is that better? Yeah, a little bit. I think I've still done it a little bit too wide still. Let's do this piece and then we'll see how it looks. It's about there, I think. Yeah, my usual pretty dodgy tearing, but never mind. We'll sure we'll be able to disguise it a bit. I'm not entirely sure how straight this is actually. Looking at it, I think I might get my trimmer in. That could be why it looks wonky from on the paper. This is actually the pocket that's wonky. I think I just cut across it and didn't really do it very straight. Right. Yep, that'll do. She says, but I still want to trim it. This is still not quite right. Right, what do I need to put on here? I'm not sure. Let's see what I've got in the way of the beach hut ephemera I could put on. Will any of this work on here? Could put a little bit of bunting. Do that. Double bunting. I don't think that works. Just wondering if I've got any really. Well, I've got a really teeny tiny beach hut there. Could I put that there? I could do that. I do want to do a little thumbnail here because I'm thinking I'll put something behind but also something in the pocket, so I need to show that there are two different places to pop stuff. Is that too big? I think that might be too big for this pocket. I'll use this one. Roughly go in the middle. Don't want it too deep. Okay. And I will need to do a bit of inking on the bit that's now showing. Okay. Let's now see how that bunting works out. That's quite sweet. I might just put that on there. So I've got the bunting going across here. My little tiny beach huts. I think that was a row of beach huts, and that was just the odd little piece that got trimmed off the end. I'll just trim that little tiny bit off there. Oops, still missed a bit. What else can I put on here? Anything else that would work? do a little bit of, just a little corner of, maybe I could just put the shell stamp there. Maybe I'll do that. I like that. I wonder if I should do a little bit down here. Maybe I will. Just bring in a little bit more of the shell. Right, let's stick these pieces on. Do I need anything behind there? Because it's already got that bit on the label behind it, hasn't it? So I don't think I need that. Oh, come on. And my little bunting. There we are. Right, so I think this little piece is done. Let's see how it looks in the folio. Actually, the colours don't look too bad together, these on these two sides. So I really quite like it more than I expected to. So we need to do the other envelope. Now I'm not sure, I don't think I've got time to do that today because I've already run well over, and even with some editing I think I can't really bring this video short enough to be able to do this bit on it as well. So I'm going to have to do this in the next video. So it looks like this is going to take me longer than I anticipated, for which I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to try and must speed things up. I must do more prep, I think, and speed things up a bit so I can get these done. And then we can move on to something else. So thank you for joining me today. I will try and go a bit faster in the next video. And I will do a bit more preparation so that it won't take as long to get through it all. Okay, thank you for joining me. Bye for now.